Hey, what's up, guys? How is everybody doing today? Today we're gonna play some Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, specifically the DLC. This is my first time in the Croft Manor. So yeah. Let's see what it's all about.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
Alright, so I hope this is a lot of puzzling, right? Doesn't seem like there's gonna be a lot of monsters or anything here.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
So what I'm guessing this is all about is just exploring, finding, puzzles, solving puzzles, really, not finding them and then solving them.
I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly, but it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia, and apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond, and she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
So what I'm wondering is, should I let it always read out like that? Would that be best for the stream, or should I, read it and skip it and get on with it?
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad. My
Ooh, look
birthday
at the
crown.
chair go.
I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Alright, so this is gonna be a lot of backstory, huh? I don't mind.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice. This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
Oh, where the hell does she put that? The pictures I get, you can put those away in your pocket maybe. The statue?
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. Icy but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Alright. Next.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb. Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research. The door to the library. Locked. There's got to be another way through.
Man, there's so
This is
much
the
to
map I
read
made for my
here.
first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Hold on.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
So Egypt, that's the old law, right? Isn't Father in Egypt and Tomb Raider 4, I think?
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing?
Alright, I'm not gonna let these
I guess
play
I
out
just
all
want
the
to
way
know.
every time.
Did
Because that's gonna take forever. Just gotta keep up with my reading, I guess. Which is not very fast,
Lara,
so you're in luck.
I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you...
Ooh, so it's like a family feud thing.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
This time? Are we missing something?
The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Whoa, the houses. Okay. Oh yeah, it was attacked, right?
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising.
No. We've seen your dad die, right? He committed suicide. Now we get all this information about how he's looking into immortality, stuff like that.
This belongs to
Maybe
Anna.
I'll play
Most
out
of her
with
belongings
something
are in the
next
guest
game.
house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
Monster key. Okay, so this
Lara,
is...
you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad
gonna be
was
locked,
always
right?
so protective of the West Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
Alright, now let's go to... Were there any doors here? No. Okay, let's go to the library. Shall we?
Too dark. Going to need a
come
flashlight.
on. So I do need to... Alright, so I was on the right track. A lot of closed doors. And I'm never gonna be able to remember which doors were closed and which ones I still have to go
Another
through,
one of
right?
Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought.
Yeah, her father was...
What are you doing
really
sitting there on the
obsessed.
floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby, but it...
So I wonder what happened to the mother.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara.
Okay, so what we're gathering here is this guy wants the manor back. You know, he was looking at it together with Anna. We know Anna was one of the bad guys of Trinity, so we can assume he is as well.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip. Should be able to explore the dark now.
So he's bad guy, she's bad guy, and they're trying to get the house from her, like by declaring her mentally ill, I guess.
Hey Jonah, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me.
So my guess is they want this manor officially so they can retrieve all items and all resources. Right?
I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
So there wasn't too much here, right? Now to remember, there's still a door in the corner there. Explore, and I'm seeing stuff through the floor. Oh, yeah. Now we can finally go to the library.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you...
So, is this an actual real thing they had back then? Like, I'm guessing
apart.
these are like
Maybe I should just let my
backdoor
uncle out of this
hallways
place.
for the servants to run around, so they wouldn't like be in the main quarters where the upper society is. Actually makes sense though, right?
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
With these things I'm always thinking about, you know, why is it here, right? Why is that tape here? Doesn't make sense. But hey, it's a game. Ooh, it's a little mouse.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in time...
Damn, she needs to clean this place.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
You've been through worse.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening...
Classic
Poor Winston.
Tomb Raider lore.
I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
I love they put it in there. Right. It's from Tomb Raider 2, I guess, where you could lock him in the freezer.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
You should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliché. But there's truth in it. Two roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised...
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts.
Okay, I think I get it. You can pull it too. Here we go. And then pull this bad boy here. Okay, we have a map. That's good. Hold on. So according to this, the objective is here. That can be right.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
But did she?
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on!
This can be good for the bills.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday. Water damage from the main hall above. My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
So this was like a treasure hunt back in the day, and all the stuff is still there. Kinda weird, you know? Here we go. This was what I was looking for.
Collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
I need a crowbar.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Secret
Amelia
floor.
left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already...
She could have opened the door entirely.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've
More
created
reading.
a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works.
So there's gonna be something I need to keep to heat.
I
show the
always
letters.
accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe...
Alright. More statue.
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly? This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
We know that music. I was thinking, what's the music from? Again, Tomb Raider 2. A lot of Tomb Raider 2 hits. Right? A lot. This is like the second one, right?
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Here we go, and we can use it.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life? One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
More
This was always one of my
reading.
favorite books in this library. I used to takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
Alright, what is next?
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
There we go. But I'm first going to see if there's anything left down here. No. Alright, time to go up. Oh my god, really? Whatever works, right?
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Alright, so we've seen before something about invisible ink. It's called expedition map. We're gonna have to hold it to heat.
Remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
So probably the fireplace, right?
I can see the map. Looks like the key
All right.
is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Under a trunk near the bookcase.
X marks the spot, as they say. The master key. This should get...
So they put a box in the ground? Damn.
Alright. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing.
Are you gonna tell me she hasn't been there in all this time? Though her father... I mean, he died not too long ago in the story, right?
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number, but which one?
Documents menu.
For God's sake.
and I'm gonna take a very short break. I'll be back in just a second. All right, we back. So where were we? The clues, right? So
For God's sake.
So Laura's treasure, that will be the, you know, the crown. Oh yeah, here we can all see if we have everything. Cool. So this will be the one.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was
This
I
is
again?
a number, right?
6,
And
8?
the number was here, right?
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a
Right,
symbol.
so the number's
and a number.
5.
I always preferred these symbols to the actual
We gotta
number
remember,
hieroglyphs.
first number is 5.
A picture with Dad and Anna.
Okay, so that's the door to leave. Was there anything else I could open with the key? So this is where we
Okay,
started, right?
Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
But we have seen, you know, let's go back, right? Can I jump down? Let's go. This door should open just fine, right? I expected to arrive in a known area, but I guess not.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table...
This probably, yeah. This is where I expected to end up. No, did not expect this little hallway here. Man, imagine so many connected rooms. That's insane. And they are gonna have to do some repairing. Okay, so what's next? So we got the key, and there were a bunch of things we could open with the key. Like there was a box here somewhere. Was it here? But I think also where we came from with the library, right? Where was the... I can't go in? No, in the hallway where we've been before, but we're gonna need the crowbar anyway, so it's probably better if I wait with going back until I got the crowbar. So this room for sure, and then here, this bad boy.
The Croft family crest.
Noise. So this is the painting room.
Worse than I thought.
Oh boy.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her.
Alright, next door. So this is gonna be the actual, you know... Oh, this is the bedroom.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life, every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the...
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like...
At least that old thing still works. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The inscription is faded.
Something, something yours. Probably eternally or something. Because of the whole eternal life
with
thing.
Pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous at Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like.
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. There's a date, October something. Damn, the number is faded. Their anniversary was in October. Which day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. October 13th.
Now we know it
Mum's
because
birthday.
she said they got married within like an X amount of days from her birthday.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. My mother's perfume. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
After everything...
I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take its papers. The investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents.
So let's get this straight, right? So we have...
For God's sake, memorize the
So this is the last number we got. First number's 5.
I believe...
Let's see. We'll have to wait another 4 days. So her birthday -4, which her birthday was the 13th.
I remember this. Dad gave it...
13th, so 9. Last number is 9. 5 blank 9.
Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things. Mum was a taulier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think that...
Bad idea, Mr. Butler. Alright, so how do I get in? Oh, here.
Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defense of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake? I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard, welcome.
I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young. Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
There's probably a painting of Lara here somewhere, right? It's
I
gotta be
returned
something
home
like
this
that.
afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back...
Okay,
Blocks
back to the
of
study
bread.
to open that safe.
This one? Yeah, what's the clue? Oh yeah, probably the amount of blocks, right? Got 4. So 5, 4, 9, right?
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived.
So I am curious. Now I can open the safe, but is that gonna be the end? Because, you know, I want to collect everything. And the last thing I want to do
I'm
is
glad I still have so
replay
much
this.
of Mum's work.
I mean, it's fun, but it's mostly just walking around and reading shit. So I'm gonna quickly check the trophies here. So opening the safe is not the last thing. That's good. Because I wouldn't know what else to do right now here. Also, there's a lot we need to find. Can you imagine if there's just like a crowbar in the safe? That would be hilarious.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad. Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out. That worked. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept us safe. No,
Aww.
that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done, and I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate, a test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long.
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only copy. Damn, this isn't it either. I was
Last
certain there had to
paper.
be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page.
We need heat.
Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important.
We need heat. But I do want to check out, because I don't know when it's gonna end, right? I want to check this place out again with the master key. Oh, really? Here? I didn't see that door before. Alright, good shit. So here I need a crowbar, which I still don't have. And I was pretty sure there was a box here, right? Or am I completely mistaken? What's the infinity sign? Man, this tunnel did not do well. But it's kind of a weird tunnel, right? I mean, why would anyone go through there? Or were you supposed to go through here? Or crowbar, I guess. Man, did I completely remember that wrong? I definitely thought there was a box for the key here. Guess I was completely wrong. So now I'm definitely on the lookout for more doors. So you know, this is probably gonna be it. There's not too much to explore, probably.
A hidden message.
All right.
What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
There we go. More numbers. So we know where that is. We know this. So this is probably either, you know, key I need to enter there. In that order, or I need to translate it into numbers again. It definitely was something over here, right? Alright, so numbers to translate for sure. God.
A hidden message.
So what do we have? So the bird is easy to connect, so I'm gonna connect that like this. Okay, so we got so does it all need to connect at once? So we got a bird, something weird. Kind of weird. But we have the this bad boy.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these
So
symbols
we got
to the
number
actual
2,
number
we got
hieroglyphs.
number 1, right? No. Yeah, I recognize number 1, I recognize number 2. But there was something else with some lines. Is it the number 4? Maybe. Let's try 1, 4, 2.
That worked.
Here we go. Let's hope there's not like
Damn.
an
locked in.
undead mom here.
Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe?
We found the good shit.
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by...
He was right. Trinity was there.
The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crazy.
Please let it be a crowbar.
Might be
Here
able to
we
use
go.
this to access. There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor? Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings. Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Alright, he was kind of paranoid, but
This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday.
another Tomb Raider 2 in.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket...
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
Oh no. I can almost feel where this is going. Right? They buried her, but she's still alive. Oh my god. She's gonna rise from the grave, isn't she? What's this?
Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night.
Alright, anything more here? Apparently not. Oh, here's a document.
My love. It is silent. So peacefully silent now. Even after the madness and chaos of the crash, I can't help but still wonder at the beauty of these mountains. I understand the magic that drew you here. Please know that I feel no pain in this moment. Only immense...
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave.
Here we are.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer.
So was there anything here to crowbar? I don't think so, right? It was only down there in the cellar. So let's go back there, right? A document, okay.
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I tried to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows.
Man, what an amazing butler, right? Don't think there was anything more over there, so... Alright, so have we found anything else that could only be opened with a crowbar? In the bedroom, right? I mean... somewhere here, I remember. Was it this? No. There was more with the crowbar, I'm so sure of it, but... It's gotta be somewhere, right? Or I'm really remembering this all wrong. Could have been a key thing as well. Alright, so we still need 8 relics and 6 documents, so... Oh, there's still quite a lot, huh? Because we got all of these. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 4. So am I missing? Or maybe you can like discuss. Maybe there's 4 things and some you can reveal and shit. Right, so what was the last clue? This thing?
There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is
Our
to the
past is
east.
to the north,
our
our future
respite
to the south.
To the west. Our future is to the south. Our past is to the north.
So, knowledge to the east refers to the library, probably. So let's think about this. This is the library, right? This is the east. If this is the east, then hold on. Okay, so west, so east, so north is that way, south is that way, and west is that way. So south is this is the future. Yeah, but what do I do with it? So the future is this one, right? Or maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Maybe we need to think a little more game logic, right? I mean, clearly it shows. Alright, oh yeah, here we go. And now we know.
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
I just saw something down there. Or am I going crazy? What is that? Oh, that could be a reflection, right? Hey. The family crypt? Dude. Man.
Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead...
My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
Dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me with all my love, your mother.
Really, is this gonna end now and I'm gonna have to do it all again just to find a couple of more documents? Jesus.
What's this? A letter.
Here we go, 2 days later.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Additional relics, so where the hell? So, did another door open or something? Because, well, he has been gone working apparently.
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
Again, tigers were first there in Tomb Raider 2, so not sure that means anything. So where would I find more? Here we go.
The broken sword I brought back from Yamato.
Her own stuff.
The atlas, such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted I take it home with.
Yeah, she better. What's here?
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Must have missed that one before.
I can still remember the last time I fired these.
So they put a story reason into the fact that she has these pistols. These are Rob's pistols. Alright, pretty cool. So what's more? There's 2 more documents, 3 more relics. Which I don't think are here. So maybe...
This is strangely beautiful.
So where could these final things be, right? Maybe in the atelier. Or maybe in the secret, you know, mission control downstairs. That's probably gonna be the one with more treasure, you know. So what was the fastest way there? Probably from here? Here we go.
Richard, I tried to see you in person last week, but your manservant hustled me away like some common tout peddling silverware. He told me you are heartbroken and you're not yet ready to see visitors. He told me you blame yourself for your loss. Well, to that, I say you had damn well better. I hope it hurts. I hope every moment of your life from this day forward is a ringing echo of loss. I hope you live just long enough to feel that pain grow when you hoped it would diminish, because you earned it. You stole it.
Damn. Harsh language. No. Alright, so I'm thinking there's nothing more here.
Did this open the secret door from the inside? Hope I'm not trapped in here.
Alright, so how many more? 3 more relics, 1 more document. I wish there was a way to see, you know, in what area at least you need to look. Okay, so I'm thinking, like, I'm missing a bust, I'm missing, you know, a lot of Amelia's letters and Amelia stuff. So maybe in the crypt? And they could have at least made a door, right? Here's another
My
little thing.
great-grandmother Rose, nicknamed the Golden Rose for her perfect reputation.
Here's probably a bust. No? There's gotta be one in here, right? I mean, it makes too much sense. Alright, so it's really not much. So I'm gonna take easy way out. Holy shit. So what are we missing? Another one of Amelia's belongings. I hope I can find a list. Listing them like this, right? How should I look for this? Maybe a trophy guide. There we go. Alright. So there's a video, but damn. I don't need a video, I need some kind of checklist, you know? We're gonna keep this tab open. Boom, collectibles. Location of items. Well, let's see. Aha. Here they're sorted by category. So we got one of Amelia's belongings and one of the... Oh no, so I got this one. What are we missing? One of the renovations. So one of Amelia's belongings. Belongings. Hey, hold on. Renovations. Photography of the library on the left. Oh, okay, yeah. So, can I even get that still? Alright, so and then I'm gonna quickly search the last document I need as well, because Amelia's journals. Hold on. Journals. Actually, using the ladder. There's a ladder in the athlete. Okay, so that explains why I didn't find everything there. So first of all, the library. So it should be there, right? Let's see, I can't move this anymore, so... Well, there's nothing here. Weird. That's what they said here, right? Library. On the left, after using the ladder in the left corner. There's another ladder. That's my weakness in this level, right? Should have known. But, you know, it didn't. So she's not grabbing it like she normally does, so. Really?
This picture was taken in the library. (1820) additions to the main hall in progress.
Alright, next is the atelier. Man, I wonder if they fix this up for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That will be cool, right? To see the fixed version.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but all is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby.
Alright, and then last thing here.
This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Amelia Croft plans to show her work in New York. I wonder what happened with that.
So I got everything now. Beautiful. So is there any more trophies that's here, right? Lara's Nightmare, Lara's Nightmare, Lara's Nightmare. So I'm done with this. Right, saving, exit to main menu, and there we go. Beautiful. Not much action, but a lot of backstory, which I like. Thought it was pretty cool. So that's gonna wrap it up for today for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, you can always follow, so you know when I'm online. And I hope you have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.